All right, great. So now I would like to introduce Lynn Walter, and he's going to introduce the presentation for tonight. Lynn.
Our speaker this evening.
Louder, please.
Our speaker this evening is a magical lady, especially today. She is the owner of Debbie Lynn's Costumes, located in Sunnyvale, and it's especially easy to find today because it is located at the foot of the rainbow. You go inside, there are leprechauns running around guarding the pot of gold. And the pot of gold is located right under the ideal costume for you, which can change your mind and take your business to the next level. Let's give a warm welcome to Debbie Lynn.
Debbie Owens.
Debbie Owens.
That was awesome. You can be a part of my marketing team any day. Okay, I didn't know I was up this fast, but that's okay with me. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about me, and then you're going to do some stuff, because I heard people talking about how tired they are and all that. Well, it's St. Patrick's Day. We're going to party, and it's always more fun in costume, so you will be working with costumes. Yay. So, I'm Debbie Owens. I'm Chief Imagination Officer at Debbie Lynn's Costumes. The store is on Evelyn Avenue between Fair Oaks and Wolf in Sunnyvale. So before I go any further, how many people have never been to Debbie Lynn's Costumes? Okay, keep your hands up if you've never even heard of Debbie Lynn's Costumes before this evening. Awesome, okay. So some of you have heard some of this before. Get over it. I'm going to do it again. My business, like many others in the Silicon Valley, started in the garage. I costumed community theater for 12 years. While I was getting ready to leave the corporate world, because it was them or me, and I chose me. I ended up with a garage full of costumes that I had made or begged or borrowed or stolen or whatever. And I was working as a bookkeeper for a small business on the El Camino near Mary in Sunnyvale. They closed the retail store, kept the office part, working with the landlord about trying to rent it. A year later, it hadn't been rented. We'd been talking about, gosh, I love my costumes, really want to help people dress up, etc., etc. Called the landlord and said, what do you think? He said, okay. And that was August of 1993. We moved to the new location in September of 2008, kept the old store open for Halloween while we did the new one. I'm still tired from that. I will not do that again, unless I have an awesome manager for the second store. So we have 6,000 square feet. We have 9,000 costumes or more in the rental stock alone, several hundred in the retail area. Hats, wigs, theatrical makeup, face painting supplies, boas, did I say masks? Did I say hats? We have everything you could possibly need to dress up, or help somebody else dress up, or give somebody a present who needs to use a little imagination, those kinds of things. So, I want to, as usual, when I'm listening to people introduce themselves, I'm visualizing what I would put you in if you wanted to wear something to advertise what you do in your business when you go to a networking event. And my good buddy Betty Kaufman did that a few years ago. We have a bunch of grapes, and I'm not kidding, it's a bunch of grapes. And it's bigger than Betty. And she wore that to a Mountain View Chamber of Commerce event. Wine shop at home, she's a bunch of grapes. Was that the most amazing time as far as people coming up to you and talking to you? Go ahead.
And everybody wanted to touch
the grapes.
Touch my grapes.
Touch my grapes, that's right. Touch my grapes, buy my wine. She also has a pair of sunglasses that are shaped in like a red wine glass, and she wears those on her head when she does a trade show, doesn't want to wear a whole big bunch of grapes. It draws attention to her. It takes a bit of the discomfort away when you're trying to meet new people, because if she's going to wear a bunch of grapes or a pair of silly glasses on her head, or I'm going to wear this on my head, then you don't really have to worry about you looking silly. Right? I will tell you that if you come up to Betty or I at a networking event and we're dressed up, your picture will appear in the publication for the people who did that event, and you get some exposure. So what we like to do is help people express themselves. So I can help you with your business, I can help you with your personal stuff. I think we ought to have a party where we have some good cooks and some musicians and some people to teach us how to do some dance and listen to you all talk in all languages, you know. I think that would be awesome. I think that ought to be a GNA event.
I'm all for it, Debbie, you know me.
All right, so I was fascinated by the introductions. I think those are a great way to do a business introduction because it adds something. I'm going to remember you people more about the unique aspect of what you shared about you than I am necessarily about your business, but it also gives me a connection with you. And I think that's a super way to do that. So congratulations, Eric and Elias, on doing that. It was awesome. I have a tip that has nothing to do with my business, but it has to do with networking. I am a member of the eWomen Network, and when I joined that organization and went through the networking exercises where you write on the back of your card, I redesigned my business card. And on the back of my card, which I'm throwing at Josie, is an empty box. And I write, as I did to Kurt, a note and give my card away. Or if I give you my card and you want to remember the conversation, you can write in there. It's also made of paper that you can write on. For those of you who might have decided that this shiny, fun paper for your business card is really cool, and then find out nobody can write on it, I want to rethink that. So there's a business card tip. Make room for people to write on it. And use the back. There's a lot of room back there. Okay.
And it's not expensive.
And it's not expensive. You just draw a little box there. Okay, so why do people dress up? Give me, shout it out.
So we don't have to be ourselves.
Yeah. There you go, okay?
For fun.
For fun, exactly. It's
Be
more fun in
something different.
costume. Exactly, be somebody different for a while. Celebrate a holiday like today, St. Patrick's Day. Mardi Gras, Purim, which is a Jewish holiday that's this weekend. Crazy time for people to dress up and have a lot of fun. Obviously Halloween. Easter, not only the bunnies, but the church pageants. Advertise your business. Dress up to do the dance you do. Put on a costume to play the music you're going to play. Wear something that talks about your unique aspect. You go to a networking event, wear something that expresses your nationality or where you might have lived, something that's very different from where you are today. Hi, what's this? It's a business card.
That's the King of Cabinets hat right there.
By the way, that's King of Cabinets hat, and that came from Debbie, a costume shop also.
You wore this to Halloween last year.
Yes, I did.
We may do another Halloween, I'm working on it. Okay, so I want to give you a little bit of information about St. Patrick's Day, okay? Obviously, it's named for St. Patrick, who died on the 17th of March. I don't remember the year, it doesn't matter. But there are a lot of myths.
That's true.
A long time ago. And there are a lot of myths and legends and lore about St. Patrick's Day. One is that St. Patrick brought Christianity to Ireland. Well, he didn't bring it himself, but he converted a lot of people to Christianity. The shamrock, the three clover, he used that to explain the Trinity. There weren't any snakes in Ireland. He didn't drive the snakes out.
Oh, you're kidding.
It was the symbology for turning the pagans were the snakes, to Christianity. Ooh. Information. Why do they dye the river in Chicago or Savannah, Georgia, or Boston? Because they can. The first city that did that was Chicago. And I don't remember the year of that either. I think it was 1955 or something crazy. And it was a person who realized that the thing that they had just splashed on their coveralls turned them bright green, and they said, oh, let's dye the river. Anyway, quite the leap, but that's what they do. Americans of Irish descent started the hoopla about St. Patrick's Day that we experience today. People in Savannah, Georgia, Charleston, South Carolina, and Boston, Massachusetts started in those cities. They wanted to have a party and they wanted to celebrate their heritage. It was a minor religious holiday in Ireland. After a while, people in Ireland said, you know, there's some money in this, and now we'll party too. All right, so that's some information about St. Patrick's Day in case you're wondering why there's all this pressure.
How did the partying get associated with it? Was that just Americans deciding they needed another excuse to have
I
fun?
think so.
I think Irish like to drink.
Well, there is that.
The
Irish
Irish
like to party, and so there you go. And it's gone, you know, nutso. I'm sure there are areas, Castro Street in Mountain View has 3 Irish bars, and Murphy Avenue in Sunnyvale has 3 or 4 Irish bars. So when you're done here, if you're looking for a party, try one of those 2 places. I'm sure it's happening.
Speaking of Murphy Avenue, people don't know this, that Mr. Murphy owned about 3,000 acres of the valley. Was one of the wealthiest landowners in all of California. It was like late 1800s, one of his daughters got married, and they had something like 2,000 people come to a party for the wedding in Santa Clara Valley at one point. So it's interesting. It's
Where'd the
pigs come from?
Where'd the pig, heck, I don't know. They're ornery, you know, I think that's probably what it is. And I couldn't find this. My father, who's a SD, or troublemaker, I won't tell you what SD is, if you need to know, ask me later. He would wear green on St. Patrick's Day, but with an orange necktie. And I think there's something about the Christians versus the Protestants and the whole Irish battle, etc. So he's an SD, so he would do that. Okay, so this is another sort of business tip from me, and that is that, as we found out today going around the table, yes, you can tell us about the name of your business and what you do in your business and who you're looking for as a referral. But what really gets the oohs and ahs and the applause and the laughter going is what's something about you personally. What's a way people can connect with you? Another thing you can try is the whole, I didn't know you'd do that. I didn't know you did that in your business. So telling people what they might not get from the name of your business or your elevator speech. And I did this as an exercise for a couple of different presentations. I've done a 2-pager on here, and I didn't know you did that. And it includes what I provide, who my customers are, who my power partners are, where we market and advertise, and my community involvement, or my store's community involvement. And there's a lot of information on here that you're not going to get from Debbie Lynn's Costumes or my 30-second introduction. And it's things like we rent formal wear. So if you know somebody who's going to a period wedding or a prom where they want to do something a little bit off the chart, we rent formal wear. I take it on the road, I told you about that. We sell and rent smoke machines. And a little bit of decoration. We don't do a lot of decor. I'm not in the party side of the whole shtick, but we do have some of that. We teach people how to use makeup for theater or for face painting. One of my employees is a professional clown and does magic. So we have a lot to offer that's just beyond dressing you up. One of our slogans is we are way more than a costume store. And we want you to have fun. And we want to help you. That's really what I'm all about. I opened my business because I like to dress people up. For 12 years I did community theater costuming. And for any of you who've ever participated in community theater, there's no budget. But there's incredibly talented people. They have a ton of fun. And the work behind the scenes is done almost on a volunteer level. I remember my husband asking me one time what my hourly rate was as I was coming to the end of costuming a show. And I said, we're not going to discuss that because it would make me sad. I'm not doing this for the money. I'm not doing this for the money. I'm still not doing it for the money. It would be nice if I was doing it for the money, but I'm doing it for the fun of it. So what I'm going to do tonight with all of you is hopefully help you have some fun. So I'm going to disappear for just a minute. Oh, I need to tell you one more thing. I don't know the order and I really don't know the quote well, but the gist of it is, if you're going to do something, make friends, make money, make the news, I would add one more thing, and that is make a difference. And that's what I try to do every day, is make a difference with my customers, with my employees, with the people I run across, hopefully in a positive way. On the other hand, I'm kind of a, mercurial person, and sometimes I may not be making a difference in a positive way, and I have to do mea culpa and start over again. Just a minute, I'll be right back.